You both work in the restaurant industry, and restaurants across the country, because of this pandemic, has probably been hit the hardest of any industry. So talk to me about some of the issues that are your concerns for this election coming up.
We shut down for about 65 days, and for us, that really became a time to contemplate why we do what we do. Why do people need to come to our restaurant and eat? And come to the conclusion like it's important for us to be able to support our farms. Vernon County, where our restaurant's located, we have the second highest concentration of organic farms in any county in the United States. So if we are going to continue to grow food and grow food sustainably, grow food intelligently, we have to promote this culture and lifestyle.
These farms have to survive, because if these farms don't survive, what do we have? As a business that depends on our community, and that is one reason why we are probably still open, is because our community thinks of us as family. But that aspect of, do you keep your doors open and what do you keep your doors open for, really sat hard with us to say, we're doing this for our community, but we're also doing it for our staff too, because our staff, they have jobs, they have kids, they have goldfish. We think about those things. We have businesses here that are in our surrounding area that depend on us. So this is like a domino effect. If we close, they lost business. So this is not just one business. This is a whole fabric of the economy, especially in a small town.
I was reading on the Independent Restaurant Coalition, there's about 500,000 local independent restaurants. That directly employs 11 million people plus 5 million indirect. That's huge to the economy. That's almost $1 trillion to the economy.
And when you looked at things like the PPP and you really read into it, it wasn't for us. It wasn't for me.
That was really designed for large scale chain restaurants. And it doesn't touch all these places that we love so much throughout the state. I think the Independent Restaurant Coalition, their estimate is 85% of independent restaurants were expected to close within a 12-month window. And we're coming into that slow season, December through April, that first quarter. That's brutal in our climate.
So this is probably why we say to people who love an independent restaurant should go vote if they care about their local restaurants. And as you said, it's a whole system. Right? You support farmers, you support banks, you support the schools, the taxes, all that infrastructure is very important for the overall community. Talk to me about this restaurant bill and why people should care about this in the incoming election.
The Restaurants Act, it provides direct support in the way of grants, in the way of low interest loans, and money for restaurateurs to be able to pay off some of that backlog of bills that you've accumulated because you wanted to keep your people working, you wanted to keep people in the restaurant, and that's what the Restaurant Act literally does. It creates a little bit of a shelter financially that will help restaurateurs like ourselves that are independent.
People who do care about your restaurants, you tell them to go vote. What should they do after they vote?
You go vote and then you go eat. I really push this hyper local within your area. Go to your farmers market, support your farmers. Go to the grocery stores that are supporting the farmers. Have a clearer understanding of where your food comes from, who's growing it. Realize that there's a person on the other side making that food that is not just automatically showing up on your plate. We got to start thinking on a deeper level when it comes to our food chain supply.
People of color, specifically Black people, are disproportionately hurt by this pandemic. By their own restaurant businesses, but more importantly, food insecurity. They don't have the same access.
You look at low income areas that are barely surviving, they're barely making a paycheck. And you look at kids that their one meal they get from school. How the hell did we let that happen? That a kid gets to go hungry? That hurts my heart. And we can fix the wrong. But we have to vote. We have to get up. It's not white folks have to get up. Black folks have to get up too. Everybody has to get up and vote and put their voice into it.